I'm That Paul Guy, and it's Thursday. So it is Thursday, and it's my opportunity to tell you guys, or inform you guys, or get you guys caught up on tech and games and whatever else might be going on. So let's get going on it, or something like that. First of all, kudos to Tutor for You. That's the website that I got the tutorial that I'm rebuilding some of my video effects, mainly for the Blender rendering tool, engine, whatever you want to call it, and I'm able to do some stuff on that I haven't been able to do previously, and I appreciate the tips that are on that website. It's called Tutor for You, and I think there were some other tutorials as well, but I really did appreciate finding that, and it was pretty good. So at CES last week, we talked about a number of video games. Cyberpunk 2077 was one of those with Keanu Reeves in it. That game looked remarkable. It was gorgeous. It was awesome. It was beautiful. Everybody's looking forward to it, and they're drooling, and they've been waiting for it for a long time, and it looks absolutely spectacular. Running on a $2,500 video card made from NVIDIA that is the it's a Titan RTX video card. It costs $2,500 retail, and since I'm sure none of us have that rattling around in our pocket, it really makes me wonder about these consoles that are supposed to be coming out next holiday season that are supposed to be able to do 8K and 120 frames per second. I'm really hoping these things aren't going to be costing $2,500 a pop, because I don't think they'll sell very many of them. They have to try to keep the price down under $500, so I don't really know how they're going to accomplish that, but we'll have to wait and see. Along those same lines of video games that are coming out, Final Fantasy VII is being re-released. Cyberpunk will have an April release. Final Fantasy VII is being released, remade, and it's going to have a March date on it. So it should be coming out in March. Now if Sony can just come back and redo or give us a Gran Turismo 7, that would be pretty cool. I'd play that one. That would be fun. I'd appreciate the heck out of that. NVIDIA should be announcing their new GPUs. Rumor is as early as tomorrow. They're going to have 3 GPUs. Originally they were talking about 5, or somebody was talking about 5. The official leak now is that it's going to be 3. They're going to take the place of the RTX 2060, 2070, and 2080, which means that those will bump down hopefully in price, if you can still get a hold of those, along with AMD and their new CPUs and GPUs coming out. All this stuff's going to happen all within the next, they're talking about late July for the NVIDIA products. We know July 7th is going to be for the AMD products. So we're talking about this summer, we ought to see prices fall quite a bit on the last generation of GPUs and CPUs, which will still, they will still run modern games. They're still going to be great assets to be able to use. So I think this summer is going to be some rebuilding getting done. Not necessarily on brand new stuff, but there's still going to be some I guess you could say current generation stuff out there that will be just fine, and it's going to cost a whole lot less now. So not to be outdone with all the stuff that NVIDIA, AMD, and everybody else is going on, Intel has leaked, I guess you could say. There's a leak about Intel's 10 nanometer Ice Lake chip that on some benchmarks that were sneaked out has phenomenal numbers. It has incredible numbers. It looks, just amazing. For laptops coming out next year. So they ought to be able to go head to head with AMD and laptops sometime next year. So yeah, sometime. Like I said, if I'm building anybody's computer this year, it's going to be on an AMD. So just, got to be ready for that. Stuff that is not necessarily in tech news, entertainment type things. Remember I was talking about Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk 2077? Next month they're going to start filming on Bill and Ted Face the Music. It is official, it's done, the script is confirmed and all that stuff. That's just sort of a side note. I forgot to mention that when I was talking about Cyberpunk, but Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter are going to begin filming next month, and that is supposed to have sometime, I believe it's October of 2020 release. So we'll have to look for that. That'll be the last in the Bill and Ted series, because they still haven't written the song that saves the world. So that's going on there. Some stuff that is tech news, but not necessarily gaming news. T-Mobile and Sprint, their merger could be, I'm not going to say finalized, but approved by the Justice Department. The FCC has already said, okay, we'll do it, but you got to do this. So the Justice Department is looking at it, and we might see as early as sometime early next week them agreeing to it. There's several states and several companies that are opposed to it. One of the concessions they did have to make was that they did have to agree to sell off Boost Mobile from the Sprint side of the family, maybe some of the bandwidth as well, but they're going to have to sell off Boost Mobile. And one of the leading companies that really, really wants Boost Mobile is Dish Network. So that would be pretty interesting. Dish Network is also one of the companies that's vehemently opposed to this whole merger. So do you want Boost, or do you not want Boost, or what? Dish, what are you Dish, what are you doing, Dish? So we'll see how that works out. That might change their mind and sway their opinion, and things might get finalized and done pretty quickly and agreed to pretty quick. We don't know. NASA has got the next Mars rover being built presently. JPL Laboratories is going on right now. You can watch it on a live stream. I will put that link. It's got its own YouTube channel, so I'll go ahead and put that link. So if anybody wants to watch the next rover being built, it is supposed to be going up next year as well, 2020. So we'll see how that goes. But you can actually watch it. It's got its own YouTube channel, so you'll be able to watch that. And so that should be fun and interesting, and there won't be a whole lot you see from moment to moment, but if you check back like every couple weeks, like maybe watching a football stadium getting built on their live feed or something, it ought to be pretty interesting, and that's going to go up next year, like I said. One of the weird things that happened, it's actually a couple weeks old now. It happened late May, mid to late May. It turns out there's some more fallout that's coming down out of the situation with Sony and PlayStation. Yes, PlayStation is a division of Sony. PlayStation is a little bit upset with the parents right now, because as it turns out, the deal that is going on between Sony and Microsoft to buy web space or use Microsoft Azure as their web service, nobody told PlayStation about it. Nobody told the entire division, who was already using their own network and had to build their own network from the ground up. So now they are going to crawl in bed with Microsoft, the company that makes your Xbox, and you will have PlayStations and Xboxes running off the same networks. So when one goes down, maybe they all go down, who knows? But that's, hey, who knows? Enemies make strange bedfellows, or was that what the saying was? Who knows? Anyway, that's all I got for this week, folks. There'll be more interesting stuff next week, I'm sure. But I wanted to get this out there, wanted to get this made, wanted to get you guys in the know. And I always feel welcome to subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Any kind of comments are welcome. Love to hear them. Love to react to them. Love to be able to get your feedback so I know what you guys want to watch. So that little bell icon will tell you when I'm doing more of these videos. And that's all I got for this week. So until next time, I'll see you later.